Hey guys, Dr. Cinema here. It's time to talk about the best and worst of 2018 in terms of movies. This is the top 10 worst list. Now, for my list, there's going to be several that I truly hate, and then several just simply don't like. That's my emotional range for this list. And if there's a movie that doesn't show up on here, either A, I did not see it, or B, I saw it, it just didn't deserve to be on the top 10 worst list. I mean, I've seen a lot of movies, but not every one of them. One dishonorable mention I should mention was Ready Player One. I mean, come on. Come on, guys. That just wasn't a good movie. Anyway, number 10 on this list, When We First Met. Netflix original about guy who uses a time traveling photo booth to try to win a girl that he loves. It's an interesting idea, but just wasn't really pulled off all that well. Couple moments where I smiled, but this was ultimately pretty forgettable. Number 9 is Gotti, starring John Travolta. I've already talked about this movie a little bit, not going to really go into it that much, but it's been through so many different producers, so many different directors that the style and tone is all over the place. The atmosphere is non-existent. It did get better in the second half as it went along. I will give it that on a technical level, but this was all over the place. Kind of entertaining to watch, but in a bad way. Number 8, The Ritual. This was distributed by Netflix. I don't know if it was an original. It was based off, it's an adaptation of a book about a group of guys that go hiking but have to go through this mysterious woods where supernatural stuff is happening. Again, interesting idea. I wanted to like this, but it just seemed, I don't know, weird, kind of off. I don't know how to describe it. This didn't really grab me. And plus, the characters were also kind of forgettable too. No one really cared for in that film. Alright, number 7, Irreplaceable You. Another Netflix original about a girl who gets diagnosed with untreatable cancer and then tries to find a way to get her fiance slash husband to move on once she dies by introducing him to a bunch of new women. Weird concept that could have worked. I mean, Christopher Walker is in here, which is great. He was the best part of the film, even though he wasn't in it that much. This was just kind of weird, boring, nothing really to it. Kind of like a standard weirdish rom-com film. Yeah. Alright, so for number 6, Winchester. This what is based off of a real place that has many reports of hauntings and weird noises going on. This could have worked, but this came off so standard and generic. Only the main actors really provide any sort of entertainment. Even then, it's not really that much entertainment. This was just really disappointing overall. Number 5, The Cloverfield Paradox. There were a lot of hopes for this one, especially after 10 Cloverfield Lane. But I think after seeing this movie, even though it had a brilliant marketing strategy, just taking a movie and changing it to fit into the Cloverfield universe is not a strategy they should keep doing anymore. I mean, this clearly was meant to be a completely different movie that they just forced to try to force into the Cloverfield universe, which failed. Maybe one or two characters I was sort of interested in, but God, no. Alright, number 4, God's Not Dead 3, A Light in Darkness. I have actually seen the other two God's Not Dead movies. They're bad. But this one, it's not the worst of this, I guess, franchise, but yeah, it's. If you've seen my other videos on God's Not Dead films, you would understand where I'm coming from with this, but check those videos out to get an understanding of why I didn't really like this movie. It's kind of hard for me to explain right now. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Number 3, Blumhouse's Truth or Dare. This movie was so bad and cringy to an extent where it was actually entertaining to watch. Doesn't change the fact that it was bad and cringy. So, game a possessed game, Truth or Dare, is possessed by a demon and starts killing off people who are playing the game. Again, very interesting idea. Maybe if they pulled a Ouija where the sequel is a prequel that's actually way better than this movie, then I can have more interest in it. But I was just laughing at it because it was just so bad it's funny. Come on, Bloomhouse, do better. Which I know you have. You have done better this year, but come on, stop with the mistakes. Just let me have complete faith in you and stop with the mistakes. But again, really love Bloomhouse as a horror fan. Anyway, number two on this list. Game Over, man. This is a Netflix original, and the title makes me think of the line from Aliens. Game over, man. Game over. This movie was just so crude, annoying, generic, and just really not funny. And one of the people in this movie was also the main character of the movie When We First Met. Don't know what's going on with that actor, but come on, he needs to get his act together in choosing better movies. But this was just so annoying. The humor was so crude and just not impressive at all. Come on, Netflix. I know you can do better than this. Alright, the number one worst movie of 2018 is Death of a Nation, a pseudo documentary by Dinesh D'Souza. Is that how you say his name? Dinesh D'Souza. He also made the film Hillary's America, where he was clearly had some issues with Hillary, the Democrat Party. He was a guy that got arrested and convicted for breaking some campaign donation law. In this film, Death of a Nation, the best way I can say it is to borrow a quote from Owen Wilson. Wow. I've seen this with a group of friends because we were kind of like laughing, be like, that's not how it works. This was just a film that clearly needed to be taught some history lessons and just lessons of how society today works compared to how it worked back in Lincoln's time. That was a bad one. This is definitely the one I hate the most. Game Over, man, I have some hate for. The others, varying levels of dislike, not really hate. So that's my top 10 worst films of 2018. Be on the lookout for my top 10 best movies of 2018. You will like that a lot more, trust me. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll try and get Quachi into the next video. Don't worry about that.